Hang on, people. I'm reading. I'm reading the comments on that last video I did on on abusive relationships. Man, that's some funny shit. I got some great viewers. I'm kind of surprised. You know, I never know what YouTube's going to do on what they're going to find so outrageous that they have to protect everybody from. So I was wondering if they were going to strike that video, so I don't know if I'm going to leave it up or not, because you just don't know what they're going to try and find an excuse to shut down a channel. So some of the comments are freaking great. So the video I'm talking about, I'll put a link to the Bitchute, because my videos are automatically backed up to the Bitchute channel, so I'll put a link to that at the bottom to the video. Bitchute channel is bitchute.com/channel/thinklikeacop. One word, and you can get to my channel, but I'll put a link to the video I'm talking about. So this is the video, for those that watched it, where the girl is just hitting the dude, and the dude's just letting her hit it, and the mom has the kid, and she's got love on her pants, and she's like, you know, hit nanny, or you come in my house, whatever. I mean, it's just, but the comments are it was kind of interesting to read the comments on that video, because everybody was like sharing different experiences where they've seen or experienced violence, which is why YouTube used to be a great platform, because it left up, you know, to where you could share things and talk about things and find people with common occurrences and get maybe advice on how people have handled it. But now it's just become a damn censor left-wing, push their left-wing agenda, you know, bull crap. If you don't run around with a rainbow flag with your hair on fire saying you hate men, you know, you can't post anything on YouTube anymore. But I digress. Let's get back to the violence. So some of the people were talking about they have family members that were violent like that. They were raised violent. Did my horses leave? Oh no, there's Buddy. He's over there. Hi, Buddy. How come you left? Mr. T's still here. I think Mr. T's over here. Hi, Mr. T. They already had their breakfast. So, and it's a little foggy here. It's about 30, I want to say 37. Not too bad. So, people were talking about violent and different ways. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny the way different people see violent relationships, on what's a good way to handle it and whether you should. One of the comments I busted up. To me, I thought it was a mom talking, because it says my son, and the way it was raised, I thought it was a woman, but I don't know if it was a man or a woman, but I read it as a woman, and it said, I would beat my son's ass if I saw that he was letting a woman hit him like that. I was like, the irony of a woman saying, I'm going to beat your ass if you let a woman beat you. I just found that hilarious. I don't know. I mean, sometimes the comments and the way people phrase things is just freaking great to me. So, and other people were like, I'd let him hit me twice before I hit back, or I'd hit once. And there was, I mean, look, and so some people were like, man, I've never seen something so violent. And I went, are you kidding me? I mean, do I live in such a war? I mean, because of the things that cops see, and in the military, you're traveling around third world countries, and you're going to these places. Are we so desensitized as either vets or cops or people who's experienced more or see the world differently, that video was really the most violent thing that somebody's seen? I mean, I just, to me, I was kind of like, when I saw that video, I was like, yeah, I've seen this 1,000 times. I mean, I can't count the number of times I've put people in a car. They're both bleeding. The woman's bleeding and the man's bleeding, and as I'm putting them in a car, they're wanting to kiss and hug, and I love you, baby, and if I wouldn't beat you, I wouldn't love you. And I mean, I'm just like, are you serious? That was the worst violence you've seen? And again, maybe you know, our experiences, everything is relative. Violence is relative, love is relative. I mean, I guess it's all in your own experiences, but to me, that video was not that violent. And for somebody to say that's the most violent thing I've seen, I'm like, that sounds like the people that work at YouTube. Because if somebody drops an ice cream cone, they're going to cry and need counseling and think the video is ice cream shaming or you're not respect. I mean, it's just crazy the way people, and I'm not saying you're crazy if you thought that was violent. I'm just saying there's so much worse going on and there's so much worse coming in the future because of the way our country's going. If you think that's bad, you need to watch some videos on Venezuela. The richest country, great socialism, free this, free that. Everybody voted for liberalism, and they gave up their guns 3 years before they were in the shape they're in now. You want to see real violence? Look at those people eating their pets, shaving their heads so they can sell their hair to buy food for their kid. Cannibalism. I mean, to me, a woman slapping a dude, I mean, it's not cool. It's crazy to me. I would never do it, but it's not anywhere near how bad things can get or what real violence is. And there's a crazy cop story that I need to do, but I just hate reliving it on a shooting where the parents were killed and the kids were left in the house, and it was a disaster. So I don't really like talking about that, but everybody's like, we need a crazy cop story, and I don't tell the real bad ones that bring up a lot of kind of disgust or emotion. I just don't want to relive that crap. So, but on the violence thing, I said, there was a couple of, I said, I think there was maybe like 2 women that hit me or something. And somebody's like, dude, how could 2 women hit you? Or what did they do? And were they? So I was like, okay, they had a couple questions on it. And I thought I told these stories somewhere. Maybe I told them on my horse channel, and I thought I told them here. But, I mean, I've never been what I would call abused by a woman. Because that's just, I'm not going to I'm leaving. And if you chase me, well then. And I've never had to hit a woman because I don't pick women that want to hit me, or I see the signs and I bail early or whatever. But there was this one girl that hit me. She slapped me in the face pretty hard, and I was just like shocked. And I didn't think I deserved it. There'll be some women out there, you deserved it. Okay, whatever. So we were hanging out. I'm dating this girl, and I think we weren't dating that long, and I saw some signs that seemed a little off. So I mean, we were still filling each other out. I mean, literally and figuratively. But, so we're at my house and we're drinking some wine, and I've got a fire going and we got music playing and we were dancing and, you know, getting ready to get some rug burns or whatever. So we're hanging out, and she was really, and I usually date kind of secure women. I don't like insecure women. So she was, like, she would apologize for like everything she did. Anything that went wrong, I'm sorry. She was always saying I'm sorry, and it was kind of like, I don't. And that was one of the red flags that I kind of saw, like, why are you so nervous and sorry all the time? I don't get it. And so there was something, and I mean, like normal, she just said, I'm sorry about something. We were in the kitchen drinking wine. I remember we were right in front of the sink. And I was like, you know, you really don't need to apologize all the time. It says, it almost seems like an obsession that you got to apologize about everything all the time. It says, you don't need to do that. You don't need to say sorry. She just stopped and stared at me and gave me like this, how dare you look. And I mean, I didn't think I was being rude, but you know what? My filter's a little off. Sometimes I say shit and I don't think it's rude, and everyone else is like, dude, that was rude. And I'm like, really? So maybe I was rude the way I said it. I'm drinking wine. Like I said, I'm about to get some rug burns or carpet burns, so it's not like I'm trying to pick a fight. So I don't think I said it, but she just paused, she looked at me, and freaking came from downtown, bam, right in the face. And I was shocked, because I was like, is this a joke? Am I being punked? What? So I kind of looked at her and went, what the hell was that for? And she kind of just gave me this man, almost 1,000-yard stare, this kind of crazy-eyed evil, like waiting for a reaction or something. And I took a sip of my wine and went, I said, this ain't gonna work. I said, you kind of messed up. I said, I don't hit women, and I don't hang out with women that hit me, so this ain't working out. I'm sorry. And then she was like just all over me. I mean, just, I'm sorry. And I'm like, look, and you know, this ain't gonna work. And she left, and I never saw her again. And I mean, that's, I I'm just not going to do that. So somebody may be, well, Rick, you should have talked and she needed help and you should have hugged it out. Whatever. No, hell no. If that's going to, especially, maybe if we were fighting and I was being a jerk and I was, you know, saying something mean and insulting her, you know, and if I deserved it, then maybe I could accept saying, well, I was kind of part of it. But if somebody's going to do that over a simple comment when we're, what I'm thinking is a good mood and we're having a good time and we're, you know, about to get to know each other and develop a relationship, shit, if you're going to do that, no, hell no. So anyway, that was the one time. And then the other time, and I don't remember if this girl hit me, she was more of a trapper. She would want to get in your face and wouldn't let you leave. So it wasn't like she was abusive hitting, but when she wanted to argue, man, you weren't freaking leaving. And me, I'm just like, look, I know if you push me too far, you ain't gonna like the result. So I know when I need to disengage and leave. So, and I've had a few women tell me, dude, you just bail. You don't want to talk things. And I mean, I don't know if it's a guy thing or if it's a me thing, but if I see an argument heating up to where there's no logic, two people are stuck in the same position and we're just arguing over the same, it's just not worth it. And maybe it's because of my cop training too. I've seen people argue so much, I'm like, what's the point, people? Where are we going? There's nowhere to go here. So I just end up leaving because I guess as a cop I can't leave. I get there and all that. But so this girl, and she was living with me at the time. So I don't know what the hell we're arguing about. It was something. And I was just like, look, this ain't going. I said, I'm leaving. And no, you're not. You're going to stay. And so she blocks the door and she grabs me and I'm like, don't put your, come on. And so I'm trying to leave and she's like, no, you're going to talk to me. And so I tried. There goes one of the rabbits right by. So I end up, I shit you not, I end up going out my sliding glass door and it was in an apartment and it was fenced in. So there was no gate. It was just like a little patio with a privacy fence so you could go out there and sit down, but you couldn't leave. It wasn't an entry. So I was like, hey, screw this. I walked out the sliding glass door and she's like, you're not leaving. And I guess she thought that 6-foot fence was going to stop me. So I just jumped the fence. Said, I'm out of here. So I went to go get in my car and I had a nice Honda Prelude SI. I mean, it was fast. Man, I drove the shit out of that car. But, I mean, I was kind of anal about my cars when I was younger. I had to keep them clean, and on the weekends, a good day was me to go have a couple beers and wash and wax the car under a tree and listen to music and hang out. So I was pretty anal about my car. So I'm in my car, starting up to leave, and this crazy girl comes out of my house, jumps on the hood of my car, spread out, grabs the windshield wipers and screams, you're not leaving. Dude, you would think most people that knew me was like, dude, I can't believe you didn't kill her. And I just started laughing. I just couldn't believe it. I was in shock. And I literally started laughing. I looked at her and I go, Donna, I said, you're on the hood of my car. I said, this is not going well or good. I said, I'm leaving. No, you're not. And even though I was like pissed, we were already in an argument, I already had to climb a fence in my own freaking house to escape. I'm in my car, this girl's on the hood of my car grabbing my windshield wipers. I started laughing and I couldn't help. It's a guy thing. Guys will get this, women won't get it. She kind of had her breast kind of in the windshield where she was rubbing, and it kind of looked sexy. I know people be like, no, I'm just the view of the windshield over. So for a split second, I was like, damn, those hooters look good. And then I came back to reality and went, you're on my freaking car. Are you kidding me? I go, look at you. I said, is this reasonable? I just can't freaking believe it. And she's like, you're not leaving. And I'm like, shit, if I drive off with her, I'll be in more shit. I can't freaking leave. And there's nothing worse for me than to feel trapped. You trap me, I'm like a corner dog, man. You trap me in a hostile environment, dude, it's go time. I'm going to fight. I'm not going to just wither around. I'm going to fight my way out. So it was just, it took everything for me not to leave. So I finally bargained with her. I promised if she got off my car that I wouldn't leave. Just stand off, we'll talk. And finally I talked her off the car, and I immediately threw in reverse and got the hell out of there. Rick, you lied to her. No wonder she did. Whatever. Look, a woman's jumping on my car. I am not going to hang around and try to reason with her. So I said I think those are the two women that I remember that's ever been like any type of violence or aggressive with me. And I just, you know, and of course I went back, and makeup sex was always great with her. And sometimes I think that's the thrill of guys. You know, when you put it in crazy, man, you know, what's that song? You're crazy is beautiful to me. It's just, I don't know how to explain it, but guys will take a lot of shit sometimes if they care, or they think they care, or they think they're in love, or the woman's just really good at making sandwiches, whatever. Guys will do a lot of crazy, but I look back at that when I was talking about Buddy Lady, I was like, dude, man, she kind of looked hot. He's like, dude, I can't believe it. Your freaking car is badass, and you fucking let some woman jump on it. And he was giving me shit, and I'm like, dude, man, I just didn't know what to do. I had to get the hell out of there. And it was, again, that's why guys, and again, if I'd have put my hands on her, pushed her, no doubt in my mind, especially being a cop, carrying a gun, oh man, I'd have been toast. But anyway, somebody said, what about the two women? Those are the two women. And I don't think either one of those women were like evil or most, and I don't wish any ill on either of them. I hope they're both very happy and living life wonderful. I mean, look, when people do things like that, we all do stupid shit sometimes and we react. So to me, it's not, you shouldn't judge a person by their worst act or the worst act that you've observed or something like that. So it's not a big deal. So somebody's going to come here, especially those freaking crazy horse women. He hates women. He's a sexist. Oh my God. Look at him. He left that poor woman after he promised her he wouldn't. Whatever. I got my rabbit over here jumping around. He's pretty cute. What are you doing, boy? You're running around this video distracting me. Smokey's inside because I got the fire going. And, but these, I don't know where the other one at. There's like all three of them decided to come over here and run around and play. Oh, there's the boys. It takes me a while to find them, and they like the fog because they can kind of hide in plain sight. Hi, boys. Hi, boys. Alright, so I can't show you Smokey. Like I said, he's inside laying by the fire. When I got that fireplace going, that damn cat loves that fire. Alright, well, good day in Texas. I just thought I'd cover that violence thing. I thought it was a good video to maybe expose somebody who's never seen it, and to, you know, just talk about why cops sometimes become desensitized to, you know, domestic violence and violence, things like that. Because, like, man, when you see something every day, and you deal with it, and it's just paper, and then you know as soon as they get out of jail they're going to be back, and you know when you go to court the victim is going to recant her statement and go, oh no, he didn't hit me, I was lying to the cops. And well, then how did you get hurt? And then you got to prove the case, and then you get chewed out by the DA. Why didn't you do this and why didn't you do that? And now because she recanted, because you didn't do a good job, now we can't prosecute. And I'm just like, you know, so domestic is one of those things that cops just like, dude, there's just a no-win. You got people loving each other. These crazy rabbits. They distract me, run around chasing each other. All right, those are two males, so I don't know if they're battling for the woman out here. But I think the female just had babies. There goes the other one. So that's the other little male. He's kind of getting bigger. And see, this guy wants to go over. I think they're kind of just maybe playing tag or chase. They're kind of funny. I don't raise rabbits. For those that don't keep up with all my videos, my neighbor was raising them, and he just let them loose, and he moved. So I just went over and grabbed a few, and found a few at home, and I just moved them over here so they could have water and food. So, and then everybody was being mad at me because I wasn't caging them up to protect them, and they were going to get eaten. And so far they haven't gotten eaten. They're pretty savvy to be making out here because there's a lot of coyotes and raccoons and other stuff. So alright, well, I went from domestic violence to a woman jumping on my car to bunnies jumping around. How's that for a video? Look at that rabbit. Jumps just like that woman that jumped on my car. All right, we'll end that there.